obviously.
Yeah, biggest loss is Di Maria for sure. But everybody, thank you again for giving them boys watch footy a listen. We
Yeah,
have the infamous Aldana here. We're going to be discussing Argentina for our World Cup previews. Aldana, how you doing?
I'm doing good. As good as I can be for 7 in the morning.
That's true. That's true. Appreciate you having some time to discuss, especially on such a beautiful holiday. Cinco de Mayo is happening today
Duh.
as we tape, which is
Yeah,
leading to why we're going a little bit early, just trying to make sure that we hit
that's
everything.
true. We got
Yeah,
stuff to do
yeah,
tonight,
we got things to do, especially
right?
in New York. But
And I've always been Mexican, if anybody asks.
Mexican rocking the Argentina jersey, the Albiceleste. So yeah, yeah. It took me a little bit to get that, but every time that I've tried to speak Espanol, it sometimes comes out right because I learned from Argentinians. I had a
Did
lot.
you?
Yeah, I had a lot of Airbnbers back in the day that came from Argentina, and yeah, was able to
Whoa.
learn so much about
The best
Argentina.
kind
So
of
this is
Spanish
going to
to
be a
learn.
very yeah, this is going to be an extremely fun episode for me. But yeah, want to thank everybody again for giving the Boys Watch Footy a listen. Like, share, subscribe, keep giving us some love. Algorithm, algorithm, algorithm. Can't say it enough because that's how we grow over here at Them Boys.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
you
no,
guys gotta become weekly listeners.
appreciate you. Now let's jump into it. Now we have the most recent World Cup winners with Argentina. We're going to be discussing today. We're going to be discussing all about the squad depth, any starlets that you think could potentially break into the squad. We're going to talk about their group, and then we're going to discuss about their chances to go back to back. How's that sound to you?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay,
Let's
cool.
talk about my babies.
But yeah, before we jump into it, I'd love to just get a little game to get the juices flowing.
Yeah,
Want to know from you who is Argentina's most goal scoring winner within the squad?
currently, besides Messi, Julian
Alvarez?
Alvarez. Sí.
Okay. And
Yeah,
historically, who is Argentina's best goal scorer?
Messi.
All right. Yeah, it's always a trick question. Everyone always jumps into Maradona. Now,
No,
who
yeah, he surpassed Maradona
Yeah. All right. Now, who has played the most minutes for Argentina outside of Messi?
on the current squad. Paredes.
Mm,
No,
I was going to
Otamendi.
yes,
Otamendi. I'm
Otamendi.
thinking I'm thinking the oldest players, right? And they're all this is all their last World Cup too, but it's Otamendi. They're all the oldest players.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I guess they both start, you know what I mean? So I guess Paredes has just been subbed off more than Otamendi.
Yeah. And who is Argentina's most winningest coach?
Most what coach?
Winningest coach.
Oh,
Who has
Scaloni.
Stabile?
No,
Uh, yeah, he holds the record for the most titles as Argentina's national team coach, winning 6 South American championships and
what year to what year?
41 to 57. Now Scaloni has he's the most decorated. He's got the Copa America, he's got the Finalissima, he has got the World Cup and the Copa America. But the most titles as an Argentina national team is Guillermo Stabile.
Wow, and Stabile also he's the top scorer in the World Cup with 8 goals in
Yeah,
the World Cup of 1930.
yeah.
We've been that good, yo. It's been 100 years.
Yeah, he's been that guy for 100 years. But yeah, that just gets us like jumping into it because I want to discuss with you, especially you know in the squad as well as you did, this changeover from the 2022 World Cup to this 2026 World Cup. It's
Yeah.
not really super much. We were talking about it earlier. Angel Di Maria, he is no longer on the squad.
Yeah.
It's a very big loss, especially for that team that he was big off the bench. When he was able to start, he was really big. Now, let's start with the forwards. That's what everybody really loves.
Yeah.
We discussed Julian Alvarez, we discussed Lionel Messi, Angel Correa, Paulo Dybala, as well as Lautaro Martinez. Who else is potential to make it to the World Cup on so far?
So I think on the first list that they released, which was like a draft list,
Yeah,
so I
copy.
see he's on now. I thought he still wasn't on it. He just had a baby recently, and he's been doing kind of like not like a press tour, but like a lot of interviews and stuff talking about the baby and the changes, his first kid and whatnot. He's also married to like a big Argentinian like
Big
figure. You know
star.
what I mean? She's a nepo baby. She's like a model and stuff. So he's been in the eye, but I do know that that did affect his relationship with the Argentina squad, mostly with Scaloni more than anything. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Because it's not like he necessarily did anything wrong, and it's not like he was injured. So there kind of wasn't a reason to not call him up. I'm super excited to have him back. I think he's really pivotal to the team. I think that he's coming back like hungrier than ever. So I'm pumped to see him. We haven't seen him on the squad in a few months, and I have full faith that he's going to do great. Replacing Di Maria, we have Thiago Almada and Giuliano Simeone. They both play on Atletico Madrid.
Analytical. Yeah.
Let's see what happens today. Let's see. Oh, you're an Arsenal fan. You're a Gunners fan.
Yeah, life is going to be good for us today, especially after Manchester City's tie with Everton.
Oh
I'm
my God, and I'm a City
feeling on
fan, for
cloud
those who don't
nine.
know. The Prem, that's my team.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, I'm on cloud nine right now. Yeah, we
we've
got
got
the
4
fourth.
games to go. You're at 35, we're at 34. I'm not super worried. I had a
Okay.
lot of City fans being upset, but I'm not super worried. Either way, it's a really fun, like, close neck and neck
Yeah,
moment, you know what I
it's nice
mean?
to see an actual title race like drag out. But
Yeah, yeah,
back to our world
right.
discussing No, you're good. Atletico
Forwards.
Madrid, Simeone,
Yeah,
and
and
then as
Thiago
well.
Almada.
Yeah, and then as well, you have Matthias Sule from AS Roma and Alejandro Garnacho.
Yeah.
He's the potential to also make it just because he starts. What are you feeling as though? Do you feel as though Simeone has done enough on the club level to actually garner a potential replacement? Do you feel as though there's any other dark horse that potentially could come?
Mala is definitely the front runner. He's definitely the starting. Simeone, I think he could come in as a replacement, as a right winger. But I know for a fact we got Nacho. I mean, obviously he's struggling on his clubs for some
Yeah,
time. He's like lost his spark. But as far as his work with Argentina goes, yeah, he is not. He's not very desired on the team. He's
yeah.
not.
It's rough because he idolizes Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, he does. I mean, also there's like a cultural difference, right? Like he's grown up in Spain. He's half and half, and there's a lot of players that are like half and half Argentine and Spaniard. That's really common. And if they can make it up for Argentina, they will try to play for Argentina. But part of it is just that he doesn't have like the flow with the team. Everyone is like good friends. They do podcasts together, even if they're not in the same country. If they are, their kids are going to school together. They're living near each other. If they're in England playing in the Prem, they're all like this. They're doing asados at their houses on the weekends. And he doesn't really seem to have that tie with the team. So part of that is just the natural organic chemistry that occurs when you're friends with someone. He doesn't really have that with the team. And he has not been able to really perfect his craft with his club. Whereas like we're a team of stars, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure we're still the team that has the most amount of club captains on a national team. So we were last World Cup, and I believe we still are. You know what I mean? McAllister, Lautaro Martinez, Messi,
Enzo.
Emiliano Martinez, Enzo Fernandez. You know what I mean? So when you have all these stars and stuff, these people are constantly starting for their team, for their clubs, and they're playing throughout the whole game. They're not being subbed out. And then you have someone that's coming in that's like had a rocky history with his clubs in the last few months and is barely getting subbed in. He got subbed in for Chelsea, what, like when there was 3 minutes left and
Yeah.
Rushmore was giving him a whole play and they were down by like 2 goals. Like, what could you possibly be saying to him? So he doesn't. I don't have much faith in him. I'm gonna be honest. I don't. His heart is not enough to get him to
True.
make up for the
Now,
for the amount of practice.
do you see any other like dark horses that could potentially come out? Like you had that kid Mastantuono.
Mastantuono. So Mastantuono is from my team in Argentina, River. I am a super anti-Madridista, but I'm happy he's on Madrid. He debuted on his 18th birthday for Real Madrid. Who can say that they can do that? I think he's going to do a lot better for the squad than he has been doing on Madrid. He's been struggling. He's been a big letdown over there.
Yeah,
I know that they're not super impressed with his work, but then again, it's like he's 18. You go from Argentina to Madrid, like that's a huge
that's a
jump.
huge
So
jump. Yeah.
yeah, he needs some time, but I think he's gonna do better, but I don't think he's gonna be like a wow star. He's kind of like he reminds me a little bit of like El Diablito Echeverria, Claudio Echeverria. Where did he play on now? He went to City for a minute, and now he got like traded super early,
Hmm.
and it kind of like messed up his career. Like he went to City, I bought a City jersey. Oh yeah, he's on La Liga and Girona now,
Mm.
and
I
you don't
mean,
hear about him
he's in
anymore.
the city group, so
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. But you don't hear about him much anymore. On River,
at
he
all.
was a star. He was young. He was like 18, 19. Got sent to City. They played him a couple times. He wasn't doing that well. They immediately sold him. He went to La Liga to give him a chance to kind of build himself up. I think the same thing's gonna happen with Mastantuono. I don't know, but it's kind of the same thing. He got moved out too early, and it's affecting his career. So maybe it would be better for him to go with a lower club and build himself back up and actually get time on the pitch
Yeah.
and
What
then
about
try to come
Nico?
back. Nico Paz, he's played on Madrid a few times. I remember
Yeah, yeah, he's
watching a
killing it
game.
over at Como.
Yeah, he's killing it. He's half and half. He's half something weird. It's like a blue and white flag. It's not Ukrainian. It's something else.
He's half
Born in
Spanish.
Spain.
He was born
He's
in
half,
Spain.
but he has like a flag in his bio or something. I'm not crazy. Yes, I'm telling you, he has a flag in his bio. It's white, blue, and yellow. It is a weird country. But the Canary Islands. I knew it. I'm not crazy. He has a flag of the Canary Islands. I don't know. He's a mixed boy. I don't know.
But he is the son of a former Argentine international, Pablo Paz. So
Yeah, yeah. I remember turning
he's
on a
got the
random Real
background.
Madrid game like 3 years ago,
Yeah,
and I was like in a cabin in the Poconos, and I just woke up, saw Madrid was playing. I put him on, and I saw this kid, and he scored 1 or 2 goals, and the way he was playing was insane. And I looked at him, and I was like, "Ese argentino." And
yeah,
he was like 17 or 18. He was just on like a quick little loan. They were trying him out. And I looked him up and he was Argentinian. He had like the whole looked in the play from he's gonna
yeah.
dominate. This kid's gonna dominate.
But do you think it's gonna right now he's dominating Italy, do you think it's gonna be enough to
Mhm.
at least get a call up for this World Cup? Because he's young, he needs to start getting integrated with these players right now, but we know, like, Scaloni, he runs a really tight ship, so let's see, like,
I
I
know
I
I know
think
he's
I'm
been
really
trying
pushing
him
for
out. Oh,
that.
he's not on the list,
Yeah,
the
he's
Gold
not even on the
Cups.
list. So, what is it like, what does he have to do to get on that list?
Like I said, part of it is cultural because everyone's really good. Not for nothing. Like you have a lot of good people to choose from. A lot of people that are Argentinian, they'll go play or Benjamin Gramacki, he's an Argentinian guy. He's from where I'm from, Mendoza. He plays on Inter Miami, and he got called up to go play for USA for the World Cup, and he took it because he knew he was never going to get time on Argentina. And that's a common example. No, you're not going to get time. Don't even bother. If you have the opportunity to to play for another national team, that's pretty good. And maybe down the line change. Who knows? Like if you're young, you should just take that. There's so much to choose from. It's not just talent. It's also the chemistry that you have between players. Like a lot of what you're doing is going to just be muscle memory and communication with that's not vocal, right? When you look at these plays from the last World Cup, you're looking at passes between like Messi, Paredes, Di Maria, Lo Celso, and they're not talking. It is like a fluid movement. It's like it's cinema, it's beautiful, but there's no talking going on between them. They know exactly what position to get into, and that's something that Nico Paz wouldn't be able to get. That's something that Mastantuono wouldn't be able to get. Nacho wouldn't be able to get. A lot of these younger guys, and maybe they'll go building their own squad, right? Like when Messi was younger, that flow didn't exist. There was a lot of
But that was
fighting.
the thing, like, Messi didn't get the call up, but he should have gotten it earlier. Like,
Yeah.
he didn't get true call ups until he was around, like, 18. He had already been doing it for Barcelona for 3 years, though.
Right,
So, that's what
right.
I'm talking about, like, how do you integrate the next generation with the current generation? Because right
I think
now
it's gonna take some time, and there has to be a
yeah,
leader. It's kinda
well,
like remember when PSG had, like, Neymar and
yeah,
Messi and
Messi
Di
and Mbappe.
Maria, and it wasn't a great team, right? Because you have Mbappe, yeah, you have so many stars and stuff, like, they're all fighting for, like, for who's in charge and, like, who's gonna take the ball and stuff like that, and Argentina really didn't excel until Messi became, like, in charge, because he was always good, but I remember going to the Copa America in 2016. when we came second to Chile, I think the second year in a row. And I was
Mhm.
at MetLife right behind the net and watching him and like Mascherano, they retired after that game. I just remember like there wasn't that much respect, even from fans. Like we didn't respect him enough to be like, that's our captain. He wasn't as like Maradona level of like
Mm.
power
Yeah.
yet. So I think it's gonna take someone young. I think it's gonna be Mastantuono because he seems to be the best. I think it's gonna take a young guy to pioneer the younger group of guys and get them going forward, and then maybe he can start a relationship with guys like Nico Paz or Garnacho and get them up there. I think it's gonna be Mastantuono that'll kind of replace that, and it's gonna take time. It's gonna take 8 years,
Well, yeah,
probably.
that's the
It'll take five
thing.
years.
It's the time, especially because we know this is Messi's last World Cup. So
Yeah,
you also have Lautaro Martinez. So we don't know if he's going to stay around for
yeah. I think it's gonna be his last World Cup too.
exactly. So yeah, just trying to make sure that you get that next gen like ready and going because Alvarez, he's great. He's the youngest that's on, but we've also seen they played him till the wheels fell
The
off of that for a season where he went back and forth for the Argentine national team, then the Argentine Olympic squad. He just got
Yeah,
some really bad injuries from there. So I think right now, just learning how to deal with getting these new, fresh, talented players into the squad, trying to get them to at least see the work ethic from the older generation, and then
right.
just continue to move forward. But this gets us
Yeah,
into a good discussion about the midfield, the engine room with Argentina.
yeah,
Now, as you were discussing, Giovanni Lo Celso, he had this really great combination with the
yeah.
attackers. He's out because he's torn his quadriceps in his right leg. So right now, the midfield, even though it's already stacked, you have Enzo Fernandez, you have Rodrigo De Paul, Leandro Paredes, and then as well McAllister, Rodriguez, Echeverry, Palacios, Thiago Almada. Are you feeling strong about that midfield compared to, the midfield in the 2022 World Cup where you had
yeah. It's about the same.
well, Acuna isn't in there, and that little bulldog, man, was everywhere. But
Acuna,
yeah,
he's on the lista, unless it's changed. I
he's
see him on the left side,
okay, okay, I didn't see him
but
in there.
this Marcos Acuna, but this is old, obviously, because it's saying that he plays for Sevilla, but he's on River.
Yeah, yeah.
So maybe this is the
Just the
mechanic.
older list? Yeah,
Maybe yeah, maybe it's updated because he obviously he doesn't play on there. He plays on River Plate.
yeah. Yeah, but, with that midfield, who do you want to start your midfield 3?
McAllister.
He
I,
hasn't been looking good for Liverpool right now, I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah, he hasn't, but I will say there's a lot of players that they excel so much more in the national team, and especially like some of them they'll do okay like on their clubs. I like McAllister to start. I like Paredes too. I haven't been a huge fan of him, not because he plays for Boca in Argentina. He's also on his way out. I think this is gonna be his last World Cup too. I think also there's
Yeah.
like a squad that kind of wants to do the last World Cup together too. Like you have Paredes, Messi, Lautaro Martinez, Otamendi, Dibu Martinez. Like you have this squad of older guys who kind of wants to be out together, and that's
Mhm.
awesome. So I think they're gonna give it their all. But Paredes, I don't know. I feel like there's been a lot of he's been very heated. Like remember the last World Cup with Países Bajos, Holanda, Netherlands, where he like kicked the ball at their bench and it started this huge
Mhm.
fight, and that was the most red cards awarded in history. And he's still been a hothead lately in his games. There was a Clásico recently, Boca River, and he was a hothead. He is just, and he was arguing with Acuna like on the pitch. You know what I mean? They're both World Cup champions, and he
Yeah,
doesn't
I
care. He's
mean,
just talking smack.
club comes, over a national team in those moments, you know?
Yeah. De Paul, I've never been a big fan of De Paul. I like him
Yeah,
more
but
now.
he's been a really good enforcer in that midfield,
Yeah,
especially
and
if
his connection
anybody
with
tries to
Messi
nip
is
that.
like they're
Yeah,
on the same club. They they're really good friends, and like I said, that chemistry that can't be bought, that can't be taught.
exactly.
Like it's organic and it's natural. So for him to always be able to know where Messi's gonna be and find that sweet spot. And there was that meme, remember, where he was like, "Agarra la pelota, pásasela a Messi," like grab the ball, pass it to Messi. Like he was doing an exercise and that went viral.
Mhm.
That's really how it is, though. You know what I mean? Like he knows they can just speak without they can communicate without speaking, and he knows where to send that ball. So he is really important. I've never been a big fan of him, but I think he's a pecho frio, like cold chest. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain that.
Yeah, well, what
It's
I'm
just real.
seeing,
Like he gets cold feet a
yeah,
lot in
it gets
moments and
cold,
stuff like
yeah.
that. Yeah.
No,
So
what I'm seeing with the squad though is it's a lot of leggy players in the midfield. Right now, Enzo Fernandez, he usually starts. I just don't see him being as influential this World Cup, especially in the later season.
Enzo,
Yeah, he's been playing so many matches with Chelsea, starting with the Club World Cup in the US this past year, and then Chelsea's played probably around like 60 matches this season.
well, he got suspended for 2 saying he liked Madrid, so
He's just
give him a
trying
little
to
break.
He's just trying to push out because that whole blue code thing is just not working. I'm looking at Maximo Peron. It's a good chance that he can make it. Might even push out Paredes. That's what they're talking about over in Argentina, right?
Really?
Yeah, there's a really
I
strong
haven't
chance.
heard that.
So it's a surprise addition, but we'll see what happens right there. Another young player that's really trying to build in. So, yeah, with that midfield three, Enzo, Paredes, and Rodrigo, I think is pretty strong. You can switch out Paredes for McAllister and see where
Yeah,
we
but
can.
Maximo is 23. Oh, but he comes from Satisfield. Whoa, he was playing there in like 19, Satisfield. And then
Yeah,
he was at City and then Como. He has a great, yeah, he has a great, but he was only on City for not even a year. Yeah, he has a great, it's crazy because these kids are so good. Like everyone is so good. It's just a matter
yeah,
of like getting everybody to have the chemistry together. You know what I mean? But I can see that. I can see that. I didn't realize he was 23.
yeah,
But yeah, I can totally see him coming in. The thing is that I haven't seen him get subbed in for any Argentina game so far. I guess we have what else do we have? Any friendlies coming up? I
yeah.
think
You have
that's it.
a friendly coming up at the end of May,
And then
right?
that should be the last one.
Yeah.
Argentina.
You have two matches left in the US. You have Honduras June
Honduras?
6th and Serbia June 9th.
No, Iceland.
What?
Iceland.
Okay.
Not Serbia. We'd never
Oh,
do
it
that to
used to
our
be.
Albanian counterparts.
Yeah, it says, in June 9th in yeah,
I'm
upcoming
seeing
friendly.
I'm seeing tickets on SeatGeek, Argentina versus Iceland June 9th.
That's
And they've already changed it because we played like some African country a little while ago.
yeah, it's so weird because, assume it was
I
supposed to
see
be
Iceland again on ESPN.
mm, it wa
On ESPN, it shows Argentina, Iceland, June 9th.
originally, it was supposed to be Serbia.
Yeah, they've changed it a lot.
Okay, okay.
Maybe because of like I know
Weirdly
because of the
enough,
war and stuff they can't fly.
they got Argentina gonna go play in Alabama.
Girl, you already know.
That's gonna be something different.
Buenos Aires, Birmingham, that's the same damn thing. It's the same thing. It just feels like home.
Uh,
Alabama, they're about to get suspended and have to join
you're gonna have
Alabama
some
FC.
brisket. You're gonna have some brisket. You're gonna have some
Brisket
real
is just like asado basically, so it's the same
essentially.
thing.
But
Yeah.
to round out how we're talking about the squad upcoming and we think we're gonna make it.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to see what goes on
Yeah,
in
especially in
June.
the defense.
Damn, that is
Christian
so what is the
Romero,
starting date
yeah,
of the
Christian
World Cup?
Romero, his
Yes, bro.
yeah, is that gonna hinder him during the World Cup? Especially because he got injured for Tottenham. He's had a really rough season for Tottenham. We'll see how that goes. Like you said, Otamendi, and then as well.
There's a lot of talk about him transferring, and I want that to happen for him so bad. But another team captain, by the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Talking about most team captains, but he is such a star. And when you play for a team that holds you back, whether it's not enough pitch time or whether they don't go far enough into championships for you to really master your craft as a team player, it affects your entire career as a player and how you play for a national team. And he's an amazing player. Like he is oh my god, like the best center back we've ever had. He's absolutely amazing. But he's tall. He's pretty tall for being Argentinian. Like we're not tall people, you know? He's big. He's 6'1". That's huge in Argentina, you know? So he has that advantage to be able to like look over and see things that other players aren't seeing. You know what I mean? But he's also very like strong head. You know what I mean? Like he's not hard headed, but he's very strong willed. You know what I mean? He
mhm,
doesn't like back down. He's not afraid to like come into contact like while being on the pitch, which is really helpful. But I think he's gonna be okay for this because it's not like the Spurs are doing much. You know, it's not like they're playing in all these championships and he's risking himself. But I know there's talks about transfers to him, talk about transfer to Barca for him, and I think that'd be amazing for him. That'd be insane. It would help him a lot, I think, as a player.
And then finally for the goalies, Emiliano Martinez, he's definitely going to be
Yeah,
starting.
of course.
The backup battle is really between Rulli and Walter Benitez.
I don't know anything about Benitez. I know Rulli has been with the team forever. He was there at the last World Cup.
Yep.
He's a young kid. He doesn't get time really because he was the main goalie. But Rulli's got it, and Rulli's really good friends with a lot of the guys on the team. Like even I was watching an interview of Dybala, and he was talking about how they were asking about how he met his wife and stuff. And he was saying that he was with Ruli talking about how he thought she was cute and stuff. And Ruli was like, let's get her number. And really helped him talk to a friend to get her number. Like these are things that like you can't make this stuff up. You know, you can't teach it, you can't practice it.
True.
It's just natural organic chemistry. And that's what you need to win a World Cup.
True.
You know, friendships that go deep like that. You know what I mean? If someone's the reason that you met your wife, like you're doing whatever you can and let that ball's coming towards him. You're doing whatever to get it away from him versus like it's some kid you met 2 weeks ago who has like a Spaniard accent or whatever. And you're like, okay, okay, Diva.
That's a hell of a way to put it, but I like where we're going with it. Okay, cool. Well, now that we previewed all of those squads, who do you like? Give me your most optimal lineup, just like your top 11 right now.
It's gonna be almost the same as
Okay, so
Messi, Thiago Almada, Julian Alvarez in the front. We're doing three. And then I guess Paredes as a midfielder. You're right. He should start over McAllister. But he usually gets subbed in, I will say. But as he usually gets
hmm
subbed in, his energy goes fast. But whatever. Although I'd probably take Enzo over McAllister, or either of them in the middle. And then
hmm
we can do like
Rodrigo.
Acuna if he's there, you know what I mean? Acuna, Cuti Romero. But I didn't think about Lautaro Martinez. I already have my front filled. Wait.
Nah, it's fine. You gotta keep going now.
Oh man. Usually he gets subbed in too. Remember Copa America, the most
Yeah.
recent one? He got subbed in towards the end and he made the winning goal. So I'm fine with him. Once again, those are positions where you burn a lot of energy fast. Nahuel Molina, 100%, and Montiel.
Okay.
Molina Montiel play really, really well together.
And
Towards the back in the
Romero
middle.
and Lisandro to round out for your center back pairing.
Yeah, Cuti Romero, Acuna, Nahuel Molina. What else did I just say? Oh, and Montiel, who made us the winning goal.
Okay.
So Montiel and
All right.
Molina, they play in like the center back a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Mm-hmm.
they're kind of interchangeable. That's
Yeah.
why it was so shocking that Nahuel Molina even got a goal in the last World Cup. He did make one, but it was just kind of random. He was just like in the right place at the right time. It was just a little jumble.
True. But
Yeah, I think that
now
would
that
be it.
we've
And Otamendi too. He'd have to get subbed in later.
yeah, ultimately is definitely like a later sub, especially with
Yeah,
Romero coming back from injury. You just make a nice little swap, like for like around the
yeah,
67th, 70th minute, just to make sure like the legs don't go out on them.
yeah.
All right,
There'd have
and
to be a lot
you
of subs.
yeah, y'all heard it here first. That is the starting squad for the 2026 World Cup presented by Aldana. All right,
Funny.
next we are going to discuss about the World Cup group. Now, we discussed a little bit tangentially about how this group is looking, but Group J in this upcoming World Cup, Argentina is headlining. They should be the favorites to win, but
Yeah.
Algeria, Austria, and Jordan are all fighting a fight to be able to get that second spot. Now, Aldana, do you see any surprises within this group, or do you feel as though Argentina is just going to mop everybody up?
Oh, we're gonna come out on top. Who I think is gonna like maybe surprise us a little bit. I think Algeria.
Really? Okay.
It's funny. I have like a table of Algerians the other day, and they were telling me about how they're gonna go out for the game, Dallas or Kansas, wherever it is. But we were talking about like soccer and stuff, and they were all big like soccer heads, and I guess I didn't realize how big like soccer is out there.
Yeah,
But
soccer is huge.
Yeah, so I definitely think that they're gonna surprise us. Then I think probably I think in the way it's ordered, 'cause Austria's 3 and Jordan's 4. I think it's gonna be in that order. Argentina, Algeria, Austria, Jordan. But I don't know. I don't know much about their teams. Most of their national players don't play on, like, many big clubs and stuff like that, so
Yeah,
it's hard to tell, but
yeah. I
I think
mean, this
Algeria
is
might be able to win against Austria and Jordan.
yeah. I mean, Jordan, I think this is their first World Cup ever, so
Uh,
they're just gonna be in awe. Austria is a very tricky one because they do have a lot of European pedigree, but sometimes that doesn't even serve you well within,
right.
the World Cup, you know? The best player, he's been injured in and out for Real Madrid and David Alaba. And then their second best, Marko Arnautovic, he's just up there in age.
Yeah,
Sabitzer, you got a lot of older people that are playing on the squad. Kevin Danso, that's Romero's teammate over at Tottenham. So you have a very interesting mix of players that are going to be for the squad, but I just don't feel as though
yeah,
to be strong enough because Algeria does have a really good squad. I like what I see with the squad with Mahrez. They have Zidane's son and goalkeeper Luca, and they did really well within the African Cup of Nations. Like they did pretty well for that tournament. So I feel as though it's gonna be a pretty good battle between Algeria and Austria for second, but to win that group, Argentina should just mop them up, you know?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Zidane's son, really?
Yeah, Luka, he chose to play for them over France because he had a better chance to start for them.
Mm,
Yeah. But finally, let's discuss about how far the squad can go. Now, this is, as you said, a
mhm.
lot of players last World Cups for Argentina. Now, how far do you think they truly can go for? Like, we've seen them win it when there was a lot of interesting calls. Everybody's going to go to the Netherlands match where it was a clear handball and it wasn't called.
Yeah. That was the most intense match of the World Cup. Like, I
Yeah.
think it was more intense than the final.
No, the final was
So
one of the most amazing displays of football to
no, it absolutely was, but if those had both been quarterfinal games, the Netherlands one was more intense. The
more
final
yeah,
was intense only because it was a final,
yeah,
but from the games, the amount of red cards, like, the amount of, like, physical alteration, like, that was just you don't see that in a World Cup, you know what I mean? It
true,
was intense.
true.
Van Dijk was on one.
Yeah, well, he got upset because, Messi didn't get his red card for handling the ball, so
Yeah, there was a lot going on in that game, and I was so sure that, like I was like, "I think it's gonna be the first time in history that they, like, can't continue a game," is what I genuinely thought. I didn't think that during the final. During
yeah,
that game, I was like, "Wait, they're actually about to kick everybody off."
yeah.
And when Messi did the Riquelme celebration, oh my god, that was like there was, like, a lot
There are
going on
levels to
in
this,
that
you know?
game.
There are levels.
Yeah, there's levels.
But how far do you think they can go? Do you feel as though Argentina can win, back to back?
I don't think we're gonna win again. Not in a pessimistic way, but just in a realistic way. I don't think so. I'm trying to look at the brackets to see who I can figure out because I have like who I thought could be in semis. I think we could make it to semis. I think we'll
Hmm,
make it to quarters for sure, but I think we can make it to semis. But I know that it can't be like this because of the bracket. I just can't find it right now. But I was thinking like us, Portugal, Spain, and France. But I know because of the way it works, like Argentina would have to face Portugal at some point. But in order to move on to semis, I just can't find the bracket right now. But that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we could. I think quarters is realistic, and I think semis is possible.
agreed, agreed. Yeah, I think
Yeah, what do you think?
this World Cup, Argentina is gonna be the furthest South American squad to make it, but
Uh,
I truly feel as though they'll fizzle out around the quarterfinals, honestly. I feel as though France and Spain are pretty much locked to go, and it's
uh-huh.
right now, it's a toss-up between Argentina, Morocco, I feel as though is gonna be able to win their group over Brazil.
Yeah, man, Brazil's really not looking strong.
Yeah, it's not looking great. And then as well, I think England has a really strong chance to make it pretty far. Like their squad, they have to make it. They've made it to the European finals two tournaments in a row and lost. I feel as though they need this, or they could either fizzle out. But I feel as though right now it's their best chance to make it that forwards.
Right.
Yeah.
I
And
think
then
France is looking a little bit stronger than
yeah, France is
Eng
looking stronger for all the squads.
yeah, France
Yeah,
and
France
Spain, man, and Portugal's gonna make it far.
I
After what
really
was it, the Nations League
yeah,
between Spain and Portugal? That was an amazing game.
yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, Portugal, I mean, Ronaldo will always make sure his presence is felt. So we'll see
Yeah,
how
that's true. I
yeah,
think they've
well
had the same problem for a long time that we all see is kind of like I don't wanna say God of complex, but he is kind of like carrying the team. And this is the first time that I do feel like maybe some of the responsibility is shared amongst more players, and it's also up to him to like take a step back because he controls the team. Like if he's gonna ask for the ball, they're gonna give it to him. So I think maybe he might be willing to change up his dynamic this World Cup to see if there's a different outcome.
well, I mean, he saw what happened with Messi. I think he's just like, "Hey, look, just get me over the line," you know?
Right.
Um, but that is it for us right now. Aldana is saying that Argentina it will fizzle out around the semifinals. But please let us know what you guys think in the comments. Donna, it was really great to have you back on the show. How can
Yeah.
the people find you?
So my username on Instagram and TikTok is gonna be Aldana, Aldana underscore ARG, like Argentina. I talk about soccer, I talk about MMA, and if I have horrible takes, you can't blame me. I'm a woman. What can I do? Not my fault. It's literally not my fault.
No, it was
Never
really
know.
a pleasure to have you back on. Definitely, we'll try to tap to make sure that, especially for this World Cup in New York, there's so much opportunity for us to just like
Yeah.
go to different places, do some man on the street work. So really
Yeah,
appreciate
yeah.
you
I'm gonna
having the
I
time to
I
come
would
on.
love to go out and interview people for stuff, maybe work with some bars, raffle off a gift card, do trivia, raffle off a gift card, things like that are fun. I'll
Love
be
it.
doing stuff like that at the UFC fight on Saturday.
Which bar can people find you at?
I work at 2 bars. They're in Queens and Brooklyn. One is Rabbit Hole in Astoria. We'll have Champions Leagues on, we will have World Cup games, we'll have fights, whatever you wanna watch, baseball, all of it. Rabbit Hole in Astoria, and then there's also Dive Bar. There's one in Long Island City and one in Bushwick. Same thing, we'll have all games on, soccer games, UFC fights, whatever you wanna watch. I'll be there. We can talk ball, and if you have a better opinion than me, you'll get a shot. But
Y'all
I'm
heard
usually
it here
not
first.
wrong.
Y'all heard it first. All
I'm
right.
usually not wrong.
Well, truly appreciate you, and let's go Arsenal. Thank you for
Yeah.
Zim Boys Watch Footy. It's your boy E. It's Donna. Peace out.
Bye.